You're not getting anywhere with this, Von Borchert.
You know, I kind of get the same feeling, my dear Sarah. Listen. Nothing. No one's coming to save you.
That's what you think. The Golden Order knows exactly where we are.
By the time your ridiculous secret society turns up, I'll be long gone. As for you, nothing will remain of your body.
If you touch a single hair on my mother's head, I'll skin you alive.
You know, Louis, I have no intention of beating your dear mother. There are more persuasive ways of making you talk. You've stolen something from me that I intend to get back. Where have you hidden it?
Von Borchert, you can't sell that book on the black market anymore. This is finished.
We know you're planning on selling at one of Lord Mortimer's parties. All right? Just tell us who the buyer is and we can make a deal.
You've no idea of the trouble you've gotten yourselves into. Hidden. I can promise you that.
Stop annoying our host, Louis. Son, didn't what happened to you in Rome teach you anything?
Just a few more minutes and my concoction will be ready. With this, your bodies will dissolve in less than 4 hours. You'll see. It loosens tongues in no time.
You know, I have to admit, Mother, the only thing you've ever taught me is that damn motto of yours. Always remain rational. And open. I got it. I've opened our shackles.
Draw him over here. I'll take care of him.
Von Borchert! Von Borchert! Listen. Let's make a deal. I'll tell you where the book is if you let my mother go free.
Oh, what are you playing at?
Don't worry, Mother.
You want to play the hero. Pity you're not in any position to do so. For the last time. Where is Al-Azif?
Let me do this. Trust me.
Please, be my guest, Mother.
Well done, Louis. You reacted perfectly.
How do you feel, Mother?
Couldn't be better. He's alive, so I can question him after we get back. Pity he's just a middleman. Means I haven't finished with this case.
Oh, I had a feeling you'd be running off on one of your adventures again, Mother. You know what? I'm warning you. This time, I'm coming with you.
No. Even though you impress me more and more, I have to do this on my own.
Mother, you're no spring chicken anymore.
Come on, let's go home. And don't forget to send our men to tend to Von Borchert.
Он же до сих пор живет с мамой.
Well done, Mother.
You just had to pick up Von Bertrand's trail on your own, didn't you? You ditched me in Paris with no explanation, and off you go to infiltrate one of the world-renowned receptions of this Lord Mortimer? And now he writes me to say that you've gone missing on his private island? Which, by the way, looks more like a big rock than a paradise island.
The least he could do is explain to me how he managed to lose you. In any case, it is time for you to stop all this, Mother. It no longer suits your age. Well, I'm sure I'll find you once again, slogging through the caves beneath the island, searching for some long-lost mystical object that you just can't live without. I'm already hating this trip, and all I've done is think about
Contrary to
it.
what one may be able to imagine, it was not the host himself who invited me.
Well now, Duchess, we find ourselves both invited by Sir Holm.
Well, how very amusing. Perhaps we have some common interests, Your Eminence. Is this your first time at one of Lord Mortimer's legendary parties?
Oh no, we've been since long ago. But as I'm doing so...
I prefer to keep my reasons for coming here to myself. I promise, it has nothing to do with the legendary party that you all appear to be preparing for.
Believe what you will, my son. However, everything is related to the legendary parties organized by our host.
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that, Cardinal.
Anyway, consider yourself fortunate, young man, because there are many who dream of simply one day setting foot on this island, and only a very few ever make it. Indeed, I imagine this must be your first time here.
That's right. Until now, I've never been invited by Lord Mortimer.
You'll see. You won't soon forget it.
Given what I've seen so far, I wish I'd been passed over.
Come, Duchess. They are waiting for us.
We're moving, Monsieur de Richet, if you would like to join us.
I'm coming, Duchess. A cardinal? A duchess? I wonder if all the guests here are this prestigious. If I'd known, I would have gone for a better suit.
Are you all right?
Mother? Oh shit, your hand!
So,
Okay, it's done.
did you put it in a safe place?
Yes. I made sure no one was following me. Don't worry, Sarah, no one's going to find it.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Right. Just one thing left to do.
No, Mother, no, don't!
What? Have you lost your mind?
There's no other way.
If you kill me, you won't find it.
That is the point, my dear. No one must ever put their hands on it again.
No. But I trusted you.
No, Sarah. Don't. No. No! You can run if you want to, Sarah, but you will pay for it.
Hugh.
Louis, are you all right? What's going on?
Какие у них все
Here,
еще
take this.
зеленые глаза?
I'm sorry.
Keep it. Are you
Дьявольские.
better?
I'm fine. Don't worry. It's getting late. Why don't you go on ahead and I'll catch up with you, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes! I'm sorry. I'm sure, yes.
Fine.
I definitely have to find Mother quickly.
Am I going crazy or what? This can't be real. The Duchess arrived with me. What's happening to me, for God's sake? I absolutely need to find you, Mother.
Louis, during the trip, I had something I wanted to ask you, but we didn't happen to run into each other.
Yes, Duchess?
I'm not sure if you remember, but we've met before. At that time, you were of two minds as to your choice of career. Tell me, what have you been up to since?
Ну что выбираем? Лингвистика, этикет. Ну, все это, что здесь написано, это не я, так что я не знаю. А, это оккультиста? Но оккультист, он знает что-то. Не могу чувствовать с ним родство, потому что он знает что-то. Поэтому возьму дипломата. Политика. Можно разговаривать с людьми про политику. Вот, лингвистику почитаем лучше. Этикет еще есть. Этикета не знаем. О, понеслась. You trusted your mother. You have always been charismatic. Ну, с такими-то ушами я всегда буду харизматик. Господи. Вот это ролевая система. Маркиз. Нет, не маркиз. Я плохо читаю. Зря выбрал лингвистику. Кардинал Инпекторе. Ну вообще, начинается. Мы играем за иллюминатов наконец.
I've devoted myself to the interests of France to the best of my abilities. A few years ago, I had a brush with some of your fellow countrymen.
Counter-revolutionaries, I'd imagine.
Exactly. They got away, thanks to a little diversion I came up with to keep the sans-culottes away.
Два раза
Believe me,
предложение,
they came
замечательно.
close to adorning the walls of the catacombs of Paris.
So that young French diplomat was you? The mercy you showed the agents of the Queen roused the admiration of the court. Few would have let them leave France alive.
Duchess, I'm surprised that anyone still remembers.
Well, they say I have the memory of two people. But please, call me Emily.
Fine, Emily. Tell me, I was actually helped on that case by my mother. You wouldn't know her by any chance?
Wait, Louis. We've already met. You do remember me, don't you?
Please excuse me, madam. I'm sure we've met before, but I don't remember where.
I appreciate your honesty, even if it's not very flattering for me.
I imagine that with your beauty, madam, it's the first time a man hasn't remembered your face.
Well, I must say you make up for yourself rather elegantly.
Please stop torturing me. I'm completely at your mercy. Where have we met?
4 years ago, in London?
No. Sorry, I don't remember.
In the office of William Pitt. Remember?
William
No?
Pitt старший или William
I'm
Pitt
so sorry,
младший?
Emily, but I really don't remember you.
Let's drop it, Louis. It doesn't matter. Right, time to go to the manor.
Но она ему фаворитит, потому что она замешана в каких-то темных делах его мамы, я думаю.
I ask her a question, she answers with another. Is she playing with me?
Так.
Emily, please excuse my insisting, but you still haven't answered about my mother. Do you know her?
Почитаем vulnerabilities ее. Секунду. Очень сложно нажимать на кнопки почему-то. Immunity Logic. Потому что его мама работает в таких
You'll see, Louis. Everybody
вот
here knows Sarah
делах,
de
что...
Richet.
I don't know where we're going like this, Emily, but you're connected to my mother one way or another. And if I can believe my vision, you don't have much of a place in her heart.
Ну, во крейцеров, и, разумеется, она считает, что если он сам Крейцер, то он должен все знать. Ну, как будто он сын босса в видеоигре. Так. Темновато, если честно. Настроек яркости я как раз не нашел, есть аудио, но не видео. Ну ладно.
Good evening, sir. May I ask your name, please?
Louis Moras de Richet.
Monsieur de Richet. Delighted to welcome you among us, sir. You must be Sarah de Richet's son. I must tell you we are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
Мне нравится, что у лакея французское произношение в 10 раз лучше, чем у самого француза. То есть это правильно. Лакеи не такие.
I have an appointment with Lord Mortimer. Would you be so kind as to lead me to him?
Unfortunately, sir, I cannot. I don't know exactly where my master is. But rest assured, sir, everyone is waiting for you at the manor. Sir Holm insists on welcoming you in person. Since your mother went missing, everyone has been concerned about finding her.
Who is Sir Holm?
A close friend of Lord Mortimer's. Please, rest assured, sir, it won't take us long to find your revered mother. Indeed, we are searching the quays again because lights were seen at the wharf just last night.
Where we are now?
Indeed, sir. According to our information, lights were seen in the middle of the night, sir. After verification, none of the guests seem to have left the manor last night. We think that perhaps Sir's mother was
Что-то я слышу
there.
эхо.
Did anyone see anything else?
Unfortunately not, sir. Only lights were seen by servants of the manor, sir. And as I was saying, sir, all the guests were asleep, and no one seems to have noticed anything at all. We seem to have found an object that would appear to belong to Sir's mother. A handkerchief. The handkerchief is embroidered with the initials SDR. We came to the conclusion that they are the initials of Sir's mother, Sarah de Richet. I have orders to give it to Lord Mortimer as soon as I see him.
I know my mother. She's not the kind to go for a midnight stroll on the wharf for nothing. I've got to find out what the hell she was doing here. Where exactly did you find the handkerchief?
On the landing dock, sir. The one you arrived by.
Ага, 3 разных Give Me Handkerchief. Вот это ролевая система. То есть, ну, это понятно, это стартовая транзакция, но мне, в принципе, нормально для туториала.
Please hand it over now.
Понятно.
But, sir,
I'll speak directly to your master about it. It will be a very long conversation.
Of course, sir. Please, take it. On that note, I must leave you, sir.
Ну, это
There
туториал
is
пока.
still much to prepare.
А, вот туториал, вот он в инвентаре. У меня с собой Шарль Сорель, вот наконец-то. Наконец-то, Сорель, хоть кто-то ценит Сореля. Вещь, которая дает тебе навык. Я прям затрудняюсь сказать, когда я последний раз такое видел. Ну, не прочитав, ты получаешь навык, а прям вот она вот у тебя, и ты постоянно заглядываешь в нее, вспоминаешь этикет. Так, Эмилис Хенкерчиф. Где месье де Рощей?
in order
10
to
негритят,
welcome
короче.
all the guests.
It is indeed your handkerchief, Mother. You must have come here for a specific reason. I need to know what it is. Let's think. What could she have been doing out here on this wharf?
О, GPS появился, нет? Нет, не GPS. Да блин. А, понятно. То есть любой из слуг может быть самим сэром Мортимером.
Latin inscription. En nessis, mi fili quantilia produncia mundus ergatur. You don't know, my son, how little wisdom the world is governed with. I tend to agree.
Immunity Conviction. Вот так-то. Мы сразу нашли Immunity. Ну, хотя бы языки знаем. Что я могу сказать? Латынь знать
No
стыдно.
way I'm leaving without finding out about Mother.
А, мы должны осмотреть. Детективного зрения здесь не завезли, поэтому вот. Буду искать синие штуки сам.
Hey, there's something not right about this floorboard. It's different from the rest. Somebody replaced it recently. It looks like it's fixed pretty solidly in place. It's going to be tough to rip it out of here.
Shit. It's not coming up.
Ругается сразу.
I'll never manage it barehanded.
Первое
I need
ругательство в
something to
игре.
lever it with.
24-я минута, запомните. И это ничего еще не происходит. Он нашел еду на полу. Замечательно.
Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better.
И еще одну еду на полу.
This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough.
Эти синие отблески, они похожи... Они хорошо нарисовали отблески на его пуговицах и углах чемодана, но все эти синие штуки похожи на точки.
Looks like the barrel's been broken for quite some time. A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used it. Must be an incredible view from up there. Impossible to set foot on the island without being seen from 300 meters away. Looks like a bar from an old gate. This miserable old bar has been broken fairly recently. The edges are still clean, and the tip is blackened. Without analysis to the contrary, I put my money on cannon powder.
Забирай. Будем
This
ломать
might
все.
just come in handy.
Французский лорд с железным ломом — это все, что нужно играм. Будем санкилотов бить. Опять. Он 3 меда уже с пола подобрал. Мне кажется, он не настоящий лорд. Мне кажется, он где-нибудь в канализации вырос.
Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time. Let's see what's hidden inside.
Это чужая почта, чужая. Так, ладно.
A lantern. Nothing special.
Ему пригодится.
get it open barehanded.
Решил, начал ломать сразу.
Let's see what's hidden inside. There's a book and also a bag. The Mysterium Cosmographicum. I know that book well. Mother used to read passages from it to me all the time. And judging from what I can see, it's the same one as hers.
For crying out loud, what's happened to you, Mother?
Ага.
Let's look inside the bag.
Нет, все-таки...
A little food, a few toiletries, a small key, and some kind of black powder. The bottom of the bag is covered in black powder. Shit, those are definitely my mother's things. I recognize her hairpins. This bag smells of her perfume. A piece of soap, some oils, and her powder puff. What does all this mean? An iron key completely rusted.
Да вот,
You never
нашли
know.
вещи
It
мамы.
might be useful. I hope Mother wasn't counting on it. Some fruit, a piece of bacon, and some bread. The fruit's still firm. And the bread's a bit stale. From the smell, this food's been here roughly 2 days. And if it's rationed, there's enough left to last 2 more days. Right, that's enough. I think I better leave her bag here. If she hid all this, it's because she thought she might need it later. For crying out loud. Why did you hide supplies in the middle of nowhere, Mother? I don't know what's going on here, but you obviously feel like you're in danger. There we are.
Небольшое эхо не добавили все-таки на его шаги. Звучит странно.
This looks like a pistol case, but it's empty. I don't know if this has anything to do with you, Mother, but if it does, at least now you're armed. Just like in my vision. And none of it's telling me anything useful.
This wharf is used as storage for a lot of barrels.
Uh-huh. What have we here? It's cannon powder. It's
Понятно.
unusable now. I don't know what the person who left this barrel like this had in mind, but it's a waste. Apparently, someone on this island has gone through a whole lot of trouble to arm themselves. I really must find you, dear Mother, and...
Collectible.
Fragment of amber.
В общем... Ага. В общем, книжки придется читать в начале каждой главы, чтобы получать очки. Видимо, глав всего 5. Вон есть левел зато. Ну, лут я уже насобирал, я вон мед подобрал 3 раза. Есть еще коллектаблы. А так обычные квесты пока. То есть найди гвоздь, найди молоток, забей. Но это пока что. Может дальше будет более обскурные. Светильники мне нравятся. У них тут светильники в 2 типах. Один английский, а другой вот эти вот греческие. Ну чё, только почту осталось.
Let's see what's hidden inside. Let's look. A letter written in an Oriental language.
letters in Japanese. It's addressed to a certain Kei Shotaro in Tokyo. The address is 50 Bedford Square, London. It's too badly written, I can't make out the address.
Постоянно такое.
The address is in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That reminds me, it's about time the Order sent some envoys there. Hôtel de Cluny, Rue de Mathurin, Paris. I guarantee this letter is for my mother. The address is a hideout for the Golden Order. If you write anyone over there, you have to watch out in case someone's reading your mail. But who is this Samuel Ritter d'Auchois? Let's see what's inside this letter. So...
Dear Samuel, my stay on Lord Mortimer's island is going wonderfully well. As I find myself in such charming company, I plan to stay a few more weeks. Would you be so kind as to send me a gift that I'd like to give to our old friend Manuel Godoy? I would be most grateful. I have been told that he's going to join us here soon. I would like to mark the occasion. Thank you in advance. Yours devotedly, Sarah Faustine de Richet.
What is your game here, Mother? Secrets, always more secrets. You never talk to anyone using language like this. Something's going on here. Who is this Samuel Ritter? And for crying out loud, who's this Manuel Godoy that you keep bringing up? Think. Godoy. Manuel Godoy. Why does the name sound so familiar? Ah, it's coming back to me. Godoy is the head of the Spanish government. He was appointed by King Charles IV, if I'm not mistaken. Rumor has it that he's very close to the Queen. Too close. Much too close. But hey, that's none of my business. He has a reputation of being upright and proud, very attached to the aristocracy, and close to Louis XVI. Well, hope we meet to talk about it soon, Mother. I don't know what you've gotten yourself into this time, but I'll bet you've got a lot to tell me. My mother's been hiding pieces of bread between the rotten boards of the wharf in the middle of the night. That's not normal. And if that weren't enough, looks now like she's armed. Meanwhile, she also takes the time to send out letters, reassuring whoever might be interested that she's having a fabulous time here. So odd. So very odd. And that's not even all I've noticed. But maybe I ought to move on to the manor now. They'll be waiting for me. At least I hope so. Let's see what's hidden inside. Let's look. The address is in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Так, это было уже.
That reminds me, it's about time the Order sent some envoys there.
У него усталость накопилась немножко.
This envelope is meant for the Vatican. This name sounds familiar. Pashi. No. Can't seem to place it.
Да, без Википедии сложно выложить. Поесть меда?
Probably a Dutch.
Или поспать, я думаю.
An address in Cairo, Egypt. Mortimer communicates with the whole world, apparently.
Нет, мне не нужна усталость.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
Никогда, кстати, не задавался таким вопросом в видеоиграх и фильмах. Но ведь действительно...
Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
What can I do for you?
You're Sara Derice, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance.
Про замки на вершинах гор это я еще понимаю, но к ним, наверное, не нужно было камни и металлы и все остальное таскать на лодках. То есть это сильно осложняет же все.
Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
Так, наконец-то геймплей пошел.
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow, then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable.
Вот я учил персонажам этикета, он сам при разговоре руку подносит к рту, как будто чешет несуществующую бороду. Мне кажется, это нарушение этикета.
I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
Mother passed her passion for art to me. Ancient art. Very ancient.
Ah, I didn't know your mother was an art lover.
Mainly pre-Christian objects, which are believed to have unique properties.
Well, how interesting. Now that you mention it, I can indeed imagine Sarah getting interested in that.
All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me, and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful.
Это осталось и есть слева
Do you
внизу.
think I should give it to you?
Listen, you have nothing to fear. I will give your letter to my mother the moment I find her.
The moment you find her? You mean Sarah has gone missing?
Shit, I shouldn't have said that. Let's not exaggerate, Your Eminence. I have no other information at this time. It's probably nothing.
Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will
Да.
read it?
Да. Ага.
Your Eminence, if there's one thing you can count on, it's the value of a
скилл-чеки
promise
требуют
made by a
усталости.
Deriche. Respecting our commitments has always been the pillar of our family, and nothing nor nobody will prevent that from happening. Since you know my mother, you should know that a Deriche always keeps their word. You can be sure of that.
Thank you, my son. It is most reassuring.
You're welcome, especially since I promised you nothing, my friend.
Listen, let's stop there. I'm going to tell you a secret. Monsieur Deriche, your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priest's safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance.
Так ему надо быть политиком. Он же хочет быть главой ордена. Как и она.
Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains. Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by
Воруй
Plutarch.
Плутарха.
Biography of the great men.
Так, эрудиция нужна нам. Поэтому книги мы всегда воруем.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi. He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Richet. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you'll forgive my indiscretion?
Believe me, she's not that special. His Eminence was asking me for my opinion about the style of the main door. I have to admit, this place certainly doesn't lack panache.
It's simply stupefying.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Holm, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
Как она
So,
живот-то
if
гладит.
I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
2 members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Вот так-то. Масон чертов.
Good Lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order. It's the highest distinction of the order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man from my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I've already been happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision. Let's see what Washington has to say.
Sir, if you don't mind, I shall stay here.
Do exactly as you please, young man.
Louis, thank you for staying. Just like...
Даже не знаю, сколько из этих слуг на самом деле сам Мортимер Вильям.
When I arrived this morning, I found out that Sarah had gone missing. I know your mother well. Don't worry. Emily is from the English branch of the Golden Order.
And President Washington is in fact the leader of the Order in the United States.
I didn't know.
Sorry to have made you wait, but I didn't want to speak in front of the others.
You did well. Secrecy and discretion are the pillars of our organization.
If I can help in any way at all, please don't hesitate to ask, my lad. And if you have any other questions, now's the time.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
Lord Mortimer is a remarkable man.
Да.
He's wealthy and is advisor to the very
Тот же самый
highly
Жорж.
placed. Your mother is the head of the Order in France. It doesn't surprise me that he asked her to come.
Lord Mortimer greatly contributed to financing my electoral campaign, for example. But I want this to be clear, without ever seeking to gain an advantage.
And that is to his credit.
Ну, приехал,
Yes, you can
маму
trust
знает.
him. He will do everything in his
Масон же.
power to help you find Sarah.
Mr. Washington, you seem to be very familiar with my mother.
When did you last speak to her?
Philadelphia, 15 years ago. Sarah often went back and forth between France and the United States.
Yes, I remember those days. I didn't see her too often. Right.
Как
Would
они
it
в
be too
Офтоне
much if I asked you a
Т
few more
проговаривают оба.
questions?
Not at all. Go ahead. But I can't promise I'll remember everything.
May I ask, when you saw each other, what did you talk about? So, my mother was with you during the American Revolution.
А, если я натыкаюсь на имьюнити, то я теряю одно очко.
Did you talk about politics?
Yeah. In spite of her young age, she defended our cause with enthusiasm.
Did she go to the front line like your famous gunner, Molly Pitcher?
Yes, in a way.
The role given to women in your war was a great step forward.
Louis, I'm impressed. Few people know about the legend of Molly, so you don't know the true story. Molly Pitcher is a character invented by Sarah. She persuaded me to use a heroic female figure, an American
Сука.
Joan of Arc, if you will. It enabled us to gain a few thousand extra fighters, and it was all thanks to your mother.
I didn't know that. Thank you, sir. I was hoping to speak with Lord Mortimer. At least now I have some information, thanks to you.
I repeat, Lord Mortimer is a man of his word. You won't be disappointed. And I am persuaded that your mother's research is his main concern.
Mother still is at the head of the Golden Order. I find it difficult to believe that she came to this island without notifying the other members.
Первый эпизод
As
бесплатный.
for myself, I did not know. I am here at the request of Sir Holm, a situation regarding the Crown of England to resolve, and to see what Lord Mortimer has to propose to us.
As for me, Lord Mortimer asked me here to speak about the future of America. I did not know that your mother would even be among us. In any case, no one has yet mentioned a society.
Ну все 5 вышли. Как
We haven't
всегда.
found any clues yet.
5 эпизодов вышли, первый бесплатный. И по скидке должен быть скоро.
But I did find a book that belongs to my mother.
Where did you find it?
That's what worries me. I found it hidden on the wharf.
Do you think she was preparing to discreetly leave?
I don't know.
An extremely likely proposition.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Don't worry, Louis. I'm sure nothing bad has happened to her.
Yes, I hope not.
Мне нравится, что ты можешь тратить скиллы здесь и все равно проваливать. Если ты неправильно оцениваешь персонажа, это правильно. О, аутисты. А, она слепая просто.
Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
Sir Holm, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured,
Google
she's not
подсуд.
here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence.
Мне нормально, когда много болтают.
On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Я почти уверен, что сервант это Лорд Мортимер. Короче, 10 негритят собираются у нас. Раз, два, три, 4, 5, 6. А, даже больше негритят. У нас тут 13 негритят.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow. Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right. Where is my room?
Ну, начинается. Пошли ко всем подглядывать теперь.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Не пойдем к ней. К женщинам ходить западло. Пойдем к священникам, они расливают мальчиков. Так, ага. Тут дом как библиотека. Серьезно? Ну вот, смотрите, вот. Вот вам еще один гость. Будет ли Эдсо в аудитории? Нет, не будет. Дидро. Дидро был, короче, странный человек, конечно. Я чувствую с ним связь. Скучно было очень, наверняка. Так, что это такое? Я буду все читать. Леонард Перин, вот этого даже не знаю. Иезуитский коллеж. Не, я думаю, просто отдохнуть нужно. И как только почувствую необходимость в этих айтемах, я их, конечно, использую. Пока что я даже не знаю, как игра работает. Ну, хоть как-то она работает, конечно. Пока что я просто хожу.
Monsieur Johann van Vulner.
Еще немец какой-то. Ну, отлично. Вино не надо, вино. Это что? Какой здесь хрустящий пол? Ты где он был? Вот здесь, понятно. Здесь кто живет? Выпивка это для молодых. Так. Ну, хотя он молодой, конечно, чё ему.
President George Washington.
К этому не пойдем. Это раститель наверняка. Пожалуйста, еще немножко желе. Интересно, какой вкуснее? Отсюда или...
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Я думаю, он не ходил в универ.
That's me.
Так, мы нашли нашу внизу. Рядом с кардиналом поселили. Ну, все правильно знает Мортимер про кардинала. Красота.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Угу. А вот и Годой. Короче, я хочу еще поспускаться и подниматься, посмотреть, что там. А, разумеется, нельзя. Понятно. Понятно. Тормозит, конечно, жутко, но что ж поделать. Такова жизнь. То красивенько. Вот эту картину я где-то уже видел, кажется. Нельзя заходить даже в комнаты, которые пустые. Ну ладно. Хорошо. Хорошо. Он не очень хорошо управляется, и камера близко стоит, конечно, но зато погружение. Кажется, наша комната будет вот... Вот это будет скрипучий проход. Да, это скрипучий. И комната будет вот здесь. Да. Ну, более-менее запомнил, где что.
Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do?
Черт, можно ломать, не ломая печать. Ну ладно, хуй с ним.
Open it, but I gave my word to Piaggi, so too bad. I'll wait until I hand it to Mother. Wow, nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
Что еще делать-то? Я ничего больше не умею. Наук у меня нету. Только лингвистика и осталась. Фига, я должен запрыгивать туда. Они мед положили вверху полок. Это запретная механика. Такого быть не должно. Мед должен быть на полу.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Читал бы
Lovely lectures
по-итальянски.
Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Серьезно.
Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy, before superior voices. It always amuses me to see how art gets used for propaganda purposes.
Пойдет.
The conversion of St. Paul, by Caravaggio. It's incredible. It doesn't look like a copy, but I was sure the original was in Rome.
Эту картину мы уже видели в коридоре.
Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall.
Точно,
I
точно.
would
вот
like
он
to
был.
be his son.
Judith beheading Holofernes. Ironic in a way, when you know that the artist represented herself as Judith beheading her mentor, who had raped her.
Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices.
Ну, короче, понятно, какие именно темы тут. Неплохо. Вот бухло нужное. Так. Вот здесь что-то вот прям на полу блестит. Коллектор coins? Что это? Что за коллектор? А, вот наверху, внизу коллектор coins. Понятно. Еще одна собиралка. Ох. Ну, первое, что я бы сделал бы в реальной жизни, вышел бы на балкон. Наверняка сплошные убивцы. И книги, которые летают в воздухе. Сразу. Левитирующие книги — главная загадка этой игры. И проход, конечно, к кардиналу, чтобы он меня насиловал ночью. Ну, спасибо. Именно этого мне не хватает в жизни.
Carmelite water.
Хорошее место. Мне нравится, что только здесь есть ковер на всем балконе. Так, это я кому-то попаду. Кто это? Это месье Мануэль Годо. Да нормально, нормально. Самого пальца не слушается никогда.
Chinese coin.
Еще одна монетка. И сюда я попасть уже не могу.
An old sesterce from Roman Gaul.
Господи, на все у них на каждой коллекте был свой этот. Свое название. Это моя комната оказалась, да? Да, это моя комната оказалась. Эй, мы еще не все посмотрели. Ну, он устал, видимо, совсем, я не знаю. Нет, я ничего не зафейлил. Тут есть маленькие фейлы в разговоре, и у меня с ними все хорошо. Так, я здесь-то ничего не могу, да? Давайте Science выучим, наверное. Science Erudition. Я могу прочитать вот это. Ага, я не могу пока прочитать ее. Нет, я ничего не зафейлил. Зафейлил было бы посередине. Пока ничего. Давайте я буду качать дальше лингвистику. Что я могу вам сказать? Что я еще могу делать в жизни? Ничего. Эрудицию еще прокачаем. И логику. Вот теперь мы берем манускрипты. Да. Он только как в душу. Ого, 11 поинтов на левел 3 и бесплатный будет абсолютное использование. Отлично. Это хорошо. Что бы взять такое? Этикет. Еще один. Ну, давайте будем продолжать этикет. Вот у него локт слота сейчас сам, но выспался он не до конца. Ему еще много осталось. Ну правильно, с такими-то с нами.
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
Durocher can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of Durocher's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game.
Он в призем начинал ходить.
Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory.
Bonaparte.
The game won't disappear.
Да, так и есть.
I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late, and we have much to discuss. One last move?
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this. Come, take a seat, my friend.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Умрет?
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
Вот и это геймплей, конечно. Серьезно, вот так-то? У тебя вся рубашка в крови должна быть.
Dear Monsieur de Richet, Please excuse.
А если вообще не отвечать, что будет? Он уйдет?
Excuse me. Am I bothering you?
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
Elizabeth Adams. Home introduced her to us.
Yes. Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens. I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least, I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
Count on me, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Keep Elizabeth downstairs as long as possible. She must not return to her room.
Trust me.
Подковерные интриги, наконец-то. Лег.
According to Washington, Lady Adams is in the small salon. I better hurry.
Кулуар.
Louis, you're straying from your objective.
Так она должна быть смешная, да? Музыку послушай. Музыка говорит все, что нужно знать об этой игре. Масоны собрались и масонят. Тайна. Тайные масоны тайно масонят. Блин, тут все из окна весь город видно, что занесло. О, наконец-то, вот это хорошая картина, чтобы встречать гостей, конечно.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Конечно. Я бы тоже, если бы нашел что-нибудь под названием Дьяволов шип. Так, нет, вставай. Ну, сейчас я на паузу поставлю. Ради чая. Так. Что-то на полу монета. Там кто-то ругается про Францию.
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
Так, ну, ладно. Монах подслушивает, иди чай делай. Я сейчас тоже сделаю. 5 секунд. Я тоже сходил. Всем нужен чай.
My son. Oh, you are a godsend.
What's the matter, Your Eminence?
I believe Miss Adams may be in danger.
What do you mean?
Do you hear that?
she's being manhandled in this small salon.
Manhandled?
I don't know exactly. A thug, a Frenchman, it seems. By the cut of his cloth, I'd say he's a member of the French Revolutionary
Я
Guard.
ничего не слышал сейчас.
Should do something, my son.
Come on, this guy's a cardinal? Weren't you about to enter the room, Your Eminence?
Was just passing by.
Since I do happen to be here, shall we go in together now?
I'd rather go and find help. It's safer.
Well, let's see. There's always the same ones who get dumped in it.
Thank you, my son. May God watch over you.
Вот это кардинал. Настоящий кардинал. Никогда не делает никакую работу. Ну что, понеслась.
Me, sir.
If we were in France, I'd have sent you to the guillotine for what you just said.
Please, just let me go back to my room.
Hey, you! Stay out of it! This is none of your business. I'm gonna teach this little slut how to behave.
What the hell is going on?
Huh? I don't think you know who I am.
Stop. I beg you. I didn't mean to. Don't hit me, please, sir.
Shit. If I step in, Adams might just run back the other way. And if I do nothing, yes, Washington will have enough time to search, but this girl's gonna suffer. Damn it, what should I do?
Let her go! Huh? Stay out of it, boy!
Shit.
What are you playing at? I told you to mind your own business, boy! If you think you can side with this whore and then just walk away, you're out of your mind. Give me one good reason not to knock you down.
Sir, you obviously do not know who I am, or you'd keep your distance.
Ooh, one more like that and I'm gonna get scared. Don't think you're getting away with it that easily. I'm sick of all these toffs. If we were in Paris, I'd send you all to the guillotine. And on top of it all, a woman telling me how I ought to behave? I won't stand for it.
Oh, okay, wait a minute.
У него бутоньерка на шляпе французская, революционерская.
Hold on, let's take a second and think about this. We're not animals, so let's act like one.
I knew you were a panty waste. You make me wanna puke.
Okay, you really are an animal.
I get the feeling you're trying to put one over on me. If that's the case, you're making a big mistake.
Sorry about that. Look, there's no point in us aggravating each other. Let's
Он
both just go
абсолютно
our
в курсе.
separate ways.
Don't move, we're not done yet. You wanted to be the knight in shining armor and save the damsel in distress.
Это же время революции.
Let's see how brave you are.
У меня в Steam есть пара игр с похожим геймплеем.
Listen, we barely know each other, and it seems everything went a bit too far. Let me apologize if I offended you in any way.
What's wrong? Someone cut your balls off?
Вот так-то.
You should have kept your big nose out.
Не дипломатично вышло. Нет, с похожим геймплеем в Стиме я пока не видел.
Я видела.
Что за игра?
Там, короче, одна игра...
Как
это...
называется?
Блин, вы думаете, я помню,
Понятно.
когда я Steam последний раз открывала?
Понятно.
Вот открою... Скажу.
Зашибись, вторую главу я провалил полностью. Это тот джентльмен. Мне что-то кажется, что когда люди говорят, что есть игры с похожим геймплеем, они не имеют в виду точно такая же игра. Или это же самая игра.
Абсолютно не имею в виду. Возможно, геймплей строится на том,
так,
что...
Сейчас. Читаю, что мне пишут. Я все провалил, все в голове. Полез зачем-то.
I don't know what you were doing, but Elizabeth returned much too soon. Any earlier, and I would have been caught. I didn't get time to search through everything, but I did manage to find what I was looking for. The young lady really is John Adams' daughter. Signed, George.
То есть, я понял, если я буду фейлить, я смогу наконец-то...
The President of the United States asked for your assistance and you screwed up? Mother finds out, I get the feeling I'll never hear the end of it. Not for a few years, anyway. Now, what was I going to do last night?
Наконец-то я смогу выполнить свою мечту и отыгрывать Берти Вустер, если я буду все факапить. Нет, он не узнал все, что хотел.
According to what I saw in my vision, this room was Mother's before I got it. Maybe she left something behind that will help me find her.
Так, а чем ты мне инвентарь ты открыл? А, это глава новая началась. А я ничего нового не выучил, сорян.
Вот. Вы, по-моему, даже видели, я в нее играла.
Как называется?
Бля, я не помню, как она называется. Там просто ты приходишь в поместье и должен всех ругаться матом. Не матом, то есть.
А мед есть можно?
Нет.
А вино пить?
Нет.
Значит, геймплей другой.
Ну, начинается, блядь. Идите нахуй. Идите нахуй. Вот что я могу
Я вот
сказать.
поел сейчас метка. Так, а что мне...
А дальше будете подчивать себя чайком.
За провал. Я вот уже налил, да. Мне за провал дали что-то.
Доминго. Эль Доминго.
А это не работает же никогда про похожие игры.
The incredulity of St. Thomas.
Вот.
Why is Caravaggio represented St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound?
Да, я всегда тоже думал об этом.
Doesn't touch. The incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio represented St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on, but doesn't touch.
Тоже всегда думал об этом. Навлекайся.
Writing material.
А, из-за того, что у меня глаз подбитый, мне теперь на все надо тратить больше очков опыта. Ну ладно.
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Там ничего нету. Так, ну здесь я все осмотрел почти. Вот этого не осматривал еще, этого не было.
There's a circle around the lock here. Must be the trunk Mortimer was talking about. The key should open it.
Мед? Что это? Почему камера так облетает?
There's a note. Effects of Sarah de Richer to be given to her son. Really? I should probably take it. All right. I've retrieved everything.
Точно, это мед был. И Amber Fragments. Amber Fragments это какая-то тоже собиралка, я не могу ее найти, где она.
Inferno by Dante.
Ну вот.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter. Oh, this bookcase is well stocked.
Эй, вниз посмотри.
Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way around.
Внизу посмотри.
A Voyage Around the World. The travelogue of the explorer, Louis-Antoine de Bougainville. One of Mother's favorite books. What a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. It's just too much. I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother?
Его сегодня раз ударили, а он побит в 3 местах. Как это произошло?
Faint sign of the order, barely visible. Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room. I'm not far from solving the puzzle. I must keep searching. Look, markings on the floor. Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage.
Да камон, worn out. Это чистый hidden passage. Черти какие. Надо было сабтерфуж вкачать.
Writing material.
Ну да, тоже никакого нет. Для всего нужно быть Шерлоком Холмсом.
Короче, да, не буду рассказывать. Не могу рассказать. Хочу уволиться.
Про китайскую драму?
Да. Китайскую драму, которую, судя по всему, переводит девушка из Таиланда.
Ну,
На английский.
Ну хорошо.
Ну хорошо, только я начинаю сомневаться в том, что я знаю английский.
This room looks unoccupied.
Because I don't get anything. Просто.
О, здесь книга появилась теперь. Ее не было ночью, она появилась.
Here's something will undermine my botanist's appreciation for the local climate.
Let's recap. My mother was in this room. I found a rare edition of her favorite book.
И у меня есть лимон.
She must have left something behind.
Лимонный сок, он написал лимонным соком.
She must have used the writing materials. What if she used lemon juice instead? An old trick used to hide messages.
Да, господи.
A message using invisible ink. I bet she used a lemon to leave a message. Now, how do I reveal the message? The message is illegible. I have to keep searching.
Лампу возьми. Вот эту вот лампу возьми и... Какие еще варианты у нас есть? У нас есть хоть какие-нибудь другие варианты?
Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice, strong coffee, though. Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly. Ah, secret writing. Many people use this method for their secret correspondences. Light the flame and the ink appears.
Правильно. Убери все в себя. И горящую свечу в себя убери. Я буду все забирать, потому что могу. Ну что, будем издеваться, как дебилы?
It's working. The heat reveals the message. Let's see what my mother wrote. Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology. On the other hand, where all eyes size you up, I don't get it. And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, it could be anywhere. After that, she adds, beware hero. The beast always charges the best protected soldier. And that's its weakness.
Ничего не
What
было.
was my mother trying to tell me? Since you've gone to so much trouble, you must not have only found something important, but you must have also felt like you were in great danger. Now I better hurry and find that damn Medusa.
Sir, dinner is served in the red salon.
Typical. I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Я не понимаю все еще. А, он, видимо, от удара о землю еще приложился. Не, вряд ли, он не распаковал даже вещи. Ну, мы отыгрываем Бертрама Вустера, который ничего не знает и ничего не умеет, так что нормально, я думаю, ему и с синяком походить нормально.
Свой логин от Стима.
Это была ошибка.
Я теперь пытаюсь найти игру.
Это игра, короче, вот с такой ролевой системой, смотрите. Это количество навыков. Слева внизу количество энергии. Каждое использование навыка требует энергии.
Ну, эта штука, она сложнее, чем то, во что я играла, но базовая идея, я так понимаю, в том, что это...
Ну, это обычный квест с как бы с историей 10 негритят на заброшенном острове. Подобие.
Да.
Ну что, мы будем шариться по чужим комнатам или не будем? Вопросы, вопросы. Если я был бы вором, кому бы я пошел шариться?
President George Washington.
К нему бы не пошел. Хотя он наверняка мне врет.
That's the door to Elizabeth's room.
For God's sakes, what happened in here?
Очень хорошо. Мне нравится. Мне очень нравится. Это примерно так, как выглядит мой дом. Только гораздо более бедный. Мы не будем их жрать. Мы не настолько дебилы. Отлично, отлично, все правильно, так и должно быть. Наверняка здесь живет какая-нибудь женщина.
August 24th, 1792. Elizabeth, I'm driven to despair and doubt there is any point in writing to you. I'm not even sure you'll receive my letters. Father controls my correspondence more and more. I am certain he filters our exchanges. Thankfully, one of the chambermaids is able to help me to find letters, but they still remain unanswered. I often think about you and pray every day to be able to hold you tight. We have so much time to make up. I beg you, answer me, please. Your loving sister, Abigail. P.S. That horrible woman came again yesterday. She spent a long time speaking with Father. I didn't understand everything because they spoke in French, but I'm sure they were talking about you.
Сука, they spoke in French.
August 24th, 1792. Elizabeth, I'm driven to despair and doubt there is any point in writing.
Так.
June 11th, 1791. My dear Elizabeth, your last letter gave me much cause for concern. Your words were so cold, as if emotions no longer matter to you. Father maintains that the secondary effects of your treatment still trouble you, but that they will soon subside. Should I believe him? I cling to the belief that we shall soon see each other again, at long last. Right soon. Your loving sister,
Abigail. November 1791. My dear sister, the cancellation.
Так, талисман это хорошо, конечно, но...
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May. I've been told that you're no better, and, unfortunately, your brothers and I are absolutely snowed under by the work required to govern this new country. Please, excuse us. As soon as we can get free, even if it's just for a day, I promise we shall come and see you. Your loving father, John Adams. P.S. Don't hold it against your mother. She still isn't ready. Please don't judge her. I'm sure you'll be able to put all of this behind you one day.
Так. Ну, это, конечно, хорошо, но я думал что-то еще найти.
A chest with a half-circle pattern.
Ясно, что все эти consumable он может походу прям... Мне нравится, что все эти штуки, которые он жрет, он может сжать во время разговора сразу. Так, где она? Ну что, кому-то еще зайти?
President George Washington.
Были здесь? Это Джордж Вашингтон там так интересно набугуртил в этой комнате.
Johann von Wunder.
Я вообще не знаю, зачем я к нему пойду. Пустая комната. Это интересно. Что-то не срабатывает этот промпт. Вообще его нету. Он не нарисован даже. Понятно. Понятно. О! Так. Бежим обратно.
That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte. Might be better to take a different stairway. Might be better to take a different stairway. Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Понятно, он видит эту комнату, в нее входить нельзя.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Но это тоже слишком близко. Подписывали бы еще их на карте, потому что, ну... Так. Потому что я тупой. К нему тоже нельзя, да что ж такое? Видимо, только в одну комнату можно. Придется идти к Вашингтону. Ничего не поделаешь.
Let no one disturb me. I'm busy.
Too bad. We'll see him later. A chest with a half-circle pattern. An untutored hand copied these notes. Looks like a healing method. Well, that's a pity. The writing is barely legible.
Серьезно. В чем эти чертовы монеты? На глаза положить себе? А, и здесь спуститься нельзя, и там спуститься нельзя. Только одна лестница остается. Почему здесь он не хочет спускаться, он вообще не говорит. Он просто, не хочу. Окей. Окей. А, амберфрагмент это как раз вот эти штуки, да, понятно.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Is this about last night?
No, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was a little bit my fault, too.
There's no excuse for that man's horrible behavior. You ought to tell Sir Home.
Look, the only thing that I care about is that I've lost something precious. I'm not worried about Jacques Peru. You're her son. Sarah de Richet's son.
Yes, why?
Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
Excuse me, but speaking frankly, why would you care?
I know your mother very well.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you.
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No, I remember her stare.
У них глаза одинаково красные. Это правильно, они братья.
I remember her knees too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that? There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
You're right. I don't want this conversation to turn into an interrogation. You've suffered enough already. I respect your silence.
Well, thank you. I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they? Haven't you got a sister?
Yes.
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
She's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by now if it weren't for her.
You gain 2 skill points in psychology.
Since you insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Tell me how I met your mother.
You see, before I was born, my mother often suffered from hallucinations and fits of anger. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the rest of my family. That's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments to rid me of the evil inside.
I understand how you feel, but I know my mother. I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to believe.
Everything she put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
So what brings you here then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's come here for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
Эх, меда бы съесть.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
Yes. What can I find on the second floor?
That floor is strictly reserved for Lord Mortimer, sir. In the west wing, on the second floor, are his private chambers. In the east wing are the rooms reserved for Lord Mortimer's personal guests. At the moment, these rooms are reserved for Sir Holm, sir. But only authorized guests may access that area. Does Sir have any more questions?
What's on the first floor?
The first floor is reserved for guests, sir. That is where Sir will find his private rooms. The main corridor leads around the building. 3 stairways will enable Sir to return to the ground floor. It is also from there that Sir will be able to reach the second floor.
Thank you very much.
Anything else, sir?
What is outside on the island exactly?
Lord Mortimer has made a point of keeping the main part of the island in its natural state, sir. For security reasons, only the wharves and the gardens are accessible to guests. If Sir would like to walk along the wharves, he has only to follow the pathway used upon his arrival.
Косметика и парики были еще в Древнем Египте.
Gardens of the manor, I would advise Sir to pass through the portrait gallery. May I help Sir in any other way?
Кофе выпил, вот и не сплю.
Yes. Can you briefly
Сейчас маджонг будем играть.
Please?
Very well, sir. On the ground floor, there are mainly living rooms. Sir finds himself at present in the grand
Все не знаю, Оги, да. Остальные не
From the
знаю.
grand hall, Sir can access, on one side, the small salon where the guests like to relax with a good book. From there, Sir can access the conference room, which is closed at present for preparations. That is where Lord Mortimer likes to gather all of his guests for talks. From the other side of the great hall, Sir may access the dining room. That is where Sir's meals will be served. From the dining room, Sir may benefit from an exceptional view overlooking the island. It is also the best way to access the portrait gallery, where a large part of Lord Mortimer's works are exhibited. And in the gallery, Sir will also find access to the garden. But Sir may be reassured the building is accessible on both sides, so that it surrounds the garden in question. Sir should not find cause to worry. No one has ever gotten lost.
Except for my mother.
Has Sir another question?
Олег спрашивает.
Я не могу сейчас думать о еде. Слишком много ел.
Что?
Слишком много ел.
I would like to speak about your master, Lord Mortimer.
Do please excuse me, sir, but I shall make no comment about my master. Is there anything else that Sir would like to know?
Это council, там должно быть написано сверху.
What can you tell me about the guests?
Do excuse me, sir, but I am bound by discretion to say nothing about Lord Mortimer's guests, sir. Perhaps Sir would like to know something else?
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
My good fellow, would you have any amber available?
I would, but unfortunately I don't think I am authorized to give it out, sir. I believe it is a precious stone.
What's that book you're hiding in your jacket?
The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe, sir, and I am not hiding it.
Hand it to me, please.
It is damaged, sir. I would never dare lend Sir a book in such a pitiful state, sir. I took it to restore.
Indeed, this masterpiece must not become more damaged. Let me have it and I'll take care of it personally. I love antiquarian books.
It bothers me somewhat. It isn't Sir's job to take care of it, really.
No, but I would love to. You'll be doing me a favor by letting me have it.
In that case, sir, I shall leave it in your care with pleasure. May I do anything else for Sir?
Даже не попрощался. Вот такой вот он. Аристократы, мать их. А что там читать? Офига, он повышает психологию.
The Greek drachma. One of the rare ancient coins to be mentioned both in the Bible and in the Quran.
Так, здесь я еще не был. Ага, и мне нельзя туда, потому что причины.
Saturn devouring his son. Good God, how awful. Everything in this painting is disturbing. It's the first time I've seen brushstrokes like this. Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
Ну а что, так бывает с деньгами, тоже копейки бывают лежат по дому. Ну не драхму, понятное дело. Шекели где-то лежат.
Я их сныкала. Шекели ваши.
Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer?
Ульяна всю жизнь просто кашляет. Сочетание курева и постоянного пребывания на холоде, чтобы курить.
Сейчас, между прочим, я чувствую себя заболевшим. Get out! Get out! Си! Готовите сегодня вы. Короче, я сказала, что мы, возможно, что-нибудь закажем.
Окей.
Вот, но я закажу.
Окей, все хорошо.
Я просто хочу есть, я не хочу есть одновременно. Возможно, вы правы про сигаретку на балконе.
Да. Что мне сейчас написали, это я пропустил. Серьезно, он был уязвим к этикету все это время?
Вот так-то!
У меня не было этикета.
I am delighted.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I should feel better too, as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
Что-то анимация пошла по пизде. Блин,
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such complexity. Typically French. A Sauterne, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favourite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
Мужика?
It's the first time I've ever seen her so moved. Just mention that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
У всех женщин vulnerability psychology пока что. А нет, у нее immunity была у этой фуфая, наоборот.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
My lord, I only know the prestige of your name. Might I have the honor of getting to know you a little better?
You are Monsieur...
Louis Moras de Richet.
De Richet. De Richet. A name with a nobiliary particle. Are you descended from a noble line?
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
The presence of a particle does not necessarily mean a person belongs to the nobility, nor does it prevent the observance of the rules of etiquette, Monsieur von Wunder.
Have you any information on this Napoleon?
What do you think, madam? What are you grown about doing here?
The presence of a soldier is never a good sign. It can only mean there's going to be further war. To answer your question, I only know that his family were in favor of the revolution, and that it almost cost them their lives.
Thank you, that's helpful.
Monsieur de Richet, it would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
Please, feel free.
Как хорошо, что нет ловушек на котят.
Нету никаких, да, все.
Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Именно. Только здесь абсолютно есть красивые люди, короче.
Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently.
Ему совсем плохо нарисовали лицевую анимацию, конечно. Начало было лучше.
I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
And for that, I have a little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
I've only just taken over the affair. The agreement will be considered null and void.
Так.
Until we've gone through it together. Is that clear?
All right, you seem to know what you're doing. I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
Блять, нихуя не видно вообще, нихуя.
I don't know how to remedy the situation without re-establishing a solid monarchy.
And what would we stand to gain by this?
We've tried a republic, but it is clear that with the situation we're in now, that it's not working. We ought to return to a monarchy.
That makes no sense at all, my friend. The monarchy is a privileged caste who have forever built their prestige by crushing and controlling the people.
Let the people make their own choices.
You are joking, I hope. The people are simply not capable of taking charge, don't you see? They are an uneducated mob who react on the spur of the moment, incapable of providing a coherent vision for the good of the country.
Coherent vision. For the good of the country. Coherent vision.
Правильно, конечно.
I cannot believe that Lord Mortimer advised me to speak to you. I must have misunderstood. Excuse me.
Bravo, Louis. Total fiasco.
Видите, мужик так же себя грызет, как и вы.
Нет.
My friend, I would like to say a few words, please. Thank you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
I trust you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington.
Блин.
Right, we shall meet again tomorrow. All the guests will be present, as well as Lord Mortimer, I hope. Until then, I trust you
Залечь в спячку до мая.
keep you amused.
Ну что же, брать-то приходится психологи. Conviction. Культизм. Manipulation. О, полностью перезарядилась. Отлично.
Alright, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
Еще одна это. Психология, этикет. Еще этикет будем капитализироваться на сильных сторонах. Вот монета. Какой интересный дизайн вообще. Сделать комнату, у которой нет ограды в принципе. Там чувак щитом закрывается от солнца. Вверху. Так, мы что, можем поворовать что-нибудь? Мед-то есть у вас?
Well, Your Eminence, do you still have any room left?
Ah, my son, the sin of gluttony is the most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together. I'm delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Wollner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes. I noticed that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.
The benefit of age, my son. This isn't my first invitation to Lord Mortimer's. You will see, it's the perfect place to make new friends. Indeed, I noticed that you and Mr. Bonaparte had already begun.
Ah, I adapt quickly to local customs. It's what I was taught.
Решайте сами.
And you are right to do so, my son. But tell me, have you had any news of your mother since your arrival?
Alas, still nothing, Your Eminence. But I still haven't been able to meet Lord Mortimer.
Do not worry. It is typical of him. What can I say? Lord Mortimer is a very busy man. I should think you are beginning to worry.
To tell you the truth, not really.
You are right. Be positive. Perhaps Sarah is in the company of Lord Mortimer, and they will both turn up shortly.
But while I have you with me, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Louis. What can I do for you?
As I haven't visited all the manor yet, I wondered if you hadn't seen a Medusa by any chance.
I beg your pardon?
Yes, La Gorgogne, the Medusa from Greek mythology. Would you have seen one in any shape or form?
Not at all, my son. I'm not sure what you're getting at, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be of any use to you.
Thank you anyway, Your Eminence. I won't take up any more of your time. On that last word, then, I shall leave you to fight your demons. See you later, Your Eminence.
See you later, my son.
The lock is surrounded by a triple circle. Dining on ham. Well, that's very appetizing.
Сколько шкатулочек-то в этом доме? О, ну здесь наверняка должно быть полно меда просто.
Golden elixir. Consume without excess. Pages out of an old encyclopedia.
Ага, это вот. Это собирательный.
Petrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
А вот и мед. Да, нет, это скорее всего проблема на моей стороне. Я думаю, пора заканчивать стрим. Просто рано или поздно она начинает херово декодить. Ну и просто обычно я стримлю по проводу, а сегодня мне лень было. О! Тоже хорошее место. Ну, в общем, первый эпизод бесплатно на всех игровых платформах. Я думаю, можно...
Chances are, that's the room my mother spoke of.
And she also spoke of a Medusa. Should I go and try to find the creature now?
Игра вроде хорошая, как исследовать Хогвартс, только все масоны.
Celia. Name means nothing to me.
Музыка нормальная включилась, конечно. Пока.
Liberty or death by Renyo. Well, I'll take liberty, please. But
Нету?
I do understand his choice, even though it seems radical. Ah, painting by Ingres. Molière dining with Louis XIV. The king's posture is surprising. It's almost as if he's addressing someone in the assembly. Allegory regarding the decoration of the rights of men. That's the least you could say.
Где мед? Мед давайте. А, ну то есть все 5 купить.
Christ Crucified by Velasquez. Look,
Резерве.
someone's left a note there.
Ага.
Reserved for the Duke of Alcudia.
Мануэль Годой.
Roland. Roland feeleth his death is near. His brain is oozing by either ear. With his brain oozing, it's already remarkable that he can feel anything. Ah, François Ier, Receiving the Holy Family, a painting by Raphael. Amber crystals. The Fall of Phaeton, another painting by Rubens. Poor Phaeton, struck by lightning for borrowing his father's chariot and losing control of it. Moral, don't steal Dad's chariot. Amber crystals.
Еще один.
Company by Rembrandt. A meeting between Louis XIV and Philippe V. I wonder why Mortimer's particularly fond of this painting. The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. The last day before his crucifixion, Jesus announces that he will be betrayed by one of his disciples. Celia. That name means nothing to me.
В этой комнате мы посмотрели все. Осталась маленькая комната, где все смотрят на тебя. Ага, вот и Гаргона. Ага, вот этот чувак, который наверху там.
Painting with no name.
Как раз глава, наверное, их.
I've got to find out what Mother was trying to do with her. The Medusa. A hero armed with a sword? A hero with a lantern. And the last one holding a shield. I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene together. The poor devils are about to face the beast. Let's give them a helping hand.
Собака. А он уже повернут к медузе. Серьезно? Тратить скилл-чеки на то, чтобы посмотреть, сколько стоит лантерн? Ну, то есть, это хорошо, конечно.
The clue I found said, "Beware hero. The beast always charges the best protected. That is its weakness." That's the key. The best protected hero is the one holding the shield. Thank you, Mother. The Origin of Myths, a reinterpretation of legendary creatures. Just what I need. The text is in French on the left-hand page and in Latin on the right hand. Let's find the chapter on the Medusa. There's an extra line in the Latin translation. The night light was reflected in the shield and blinded the monster. So the hero with the sword seized the opportunity and cut off its head.
Вот и лингвистика пригодилась. Вот примерно так она в жизни пригождается. Что я могу вам сказать?
Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon, the Medusa. There's an extra line in the Latin translation. The nightlight was reflected in the shield and blinded the monster. So the hero with the sword seized the opportunity and cut off its head.
Я не знаю, мне, конечно, интересно посмотреть все эти скилл-чеки на штуках, но они же сожрут весь мой пул к чертям. Что я буду делать, когда это произойдет? Ну, то есть вот 2-3 сожру один сейчас, хорошо.
This hero is the only one holding a weapon. It seems obvious that he's the one whose job is to cut off her head.
Это подсказки.
So, sword toward the Medusa.
Это подсказки. Но это вообще ни о чем.
If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa. Except for here, it doesn't work. There must be something else.
This totally happened.
Rah! For Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do that again.
Well, keep your nose out of my business then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop fooling around and tell me what you're doing here.
Oh yeah? So tell me what you're doing here.
Yeah, just like me.
Probably, but I asked the question first.
Well then, we'll pretend you haven't asked me yet.
What about a little gallantry, Louis? Come on, I'm listening. What are you doing here?
Since you insist, Duchess, gallantry obliges this. Ladies first.
You just won't give in, will you?
I'm sorry, madam. It isn't in my nature.
Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh yeah, in your dreams. At your service, madam.
Мед есть? Ой, языки опять пригодились.
Translated, it reads, "The All-Gifted."
Could this jar be the original Pandora's box? Emily, I've found Pandora's box. It's not as impressive as I thought it would be, but that's how these things usually go.
I detest that legend. Once again, women are made responsible for all of the world's evils. And stop playing with that pot, you'll break it. Come on, let's move on.
Что, открываем? Открываем, открываем.
What if I open the jar? Would that then make man responsible for all the evils?
Try. It'll make a change. All right, can we move on now?
I do love your irony, but honestly, are you ever impressed by anything you see?
By a chamber pot? No, you really do need to do better than that.
Так.
A golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
Cold? You want a rug? It'll warm you up.
I wouldn't be caught dead in that horrible thing.
That's a pity. The gold color brings out your eyes.
And your flattery brings out your boorishness.
Я, кстати, не сказал бы так. У меня этикет прокачан.
An unofficial gospel? You'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
The gospel important this book is?
Of course, but what I really want to know is how did it come into Mortimer's possession?
I was thinking the same thing about all the paintings and sculptures in the manor. How did the English manage to get their hands on them?
When someone wants to attract the attention of the world's leading power, somehow the gifts just pour in.
You wouldn't have gone to the Vatican recently, would you?
Are you calling me a thief?
Certainly not. Never entered my mind.
Ну, понятно, надо прекращать просто стрим. Сейчас. Пройду эту часть и точно прекращу.
Mortimer is the author of this.
А, вот он, Thoughts on Art.
He talks about his passion for art.
А монетки он везде разбрасывает зачем? Проклятый Мортимер. Ну, понятно, это квестовый предмет.
Oh, looks like a pamphlet on different political regimes, written by Mortimer
Опять пам.
himself.
Так, а чё, где она? Вот это вот, ага, понятно.
Here's something interesting. A manor in Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old, and all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention. How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
Блин, не то.
See those fine scratches around the words?
Yes, and?
The ink barely spreads on the paper. It spreads exactly the same way on the signature. The deed was written using the same ink. If it is a fake, then it's a professional job. Maybe Mortimer is immortal or capable of living for a very long time, like Methuselah. A first smile. Careful. Keep that up and soon you'll end up laughing.
Carry on sprouting inanities like that, and indeed I might. These documents are intriguing, but do you really think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
And how do you know my mother was interested in this room?
I didn't know, I just supposed she was. And you just confirmed it. So, do you think she found what she came for?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess, these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Once again, I don't know. We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take? Mortimer's collection is unique, isn't it?
That's an understatement. No doubt he has a major passion for history and fine art. Or getting gifts.
If each time Mortimer does someone a favor, they reward him with a priceless gift, that means he must have helped nearly everybody in the world. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something. Carry on searching.
Блин, она вторая мама.
What is that you found?
A cameo pendant.
Ну что ж такое-то?
Nothing.
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar. Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust in you, Louis?
Nothing. I have done absolutely nothing for you. No to this, no to that. You ask for proof of trust, but when you get it, you turn a deaf ear. You are defiant, evasive, and paranoid. Go question your own motives. I've done all I can.
All right, fine. There's no point getting on your high horse, you know. So I'm wary, I grant you that. I'll admit you are fairly reliable.
That's it? I was expecting more.
Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese. But I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily! I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. And there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
You think your scathing wit protects you, but in fact it makes you blind. No sooner have people introduced themselves than you already see them in a bad light. You play the part of a strong woman, and yes, you are a strong woman, of course. But what I see is a sensitive young lady who lacks self-confidence. Stop adopting a defensive posture, and you'll see just how quickly new doors will open.
There is some truth to what you say. I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time. Do you understand?
I don't see us as partners for life. You won't owe me anything, you know. It doesn't commit you to anything after all.
All right, you've gone to a lot of trouble. You deserve an answer. I already have a work partner. I know my weaknesses. I don't doubt that your abilities will be of use to me. But I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Is there any chance you might tell me who he is?
No, I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler. So, your partner is... It's as obvious as it is surprising. You're my mother's hard-hitting partner.
Oh, God, do you really believe the nonsense that comes out of your mouth?
Well, a second ago I did. A little.
Sorry, Louis. Your mother is not my partner.
Your sister. She's your partner. She's the one you're looking for.
Well, I am impressed. How the devil did you guess I had a sister? Virtually no one even knows. When it comes to getting results, you are very good, I grant you that. You deserve to know why the sight of the cameo pendant affected me so strongly.
Ого. Twin Sister. А.
I thought it belonged to Emma, my twin sister.
Oh. Now I get why you said you had a memory for two.
Yes. You can't imagine to what extent, though. As children, everyone got us mixed up. So one day we decided to play along. Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with two faces.
Clever. But isn't it complicated? How do you make it work?
One of us has no existence in the outside world. We share everything. First for one, then for the other. We dress the same, wear the same makeup, we speak the same. We've learned to act as one. When we accept a mission, we both turn up. This time, though, she went ahead, and I was meant to wait for her on the mainland. She was meant to meet Sir Home and bring back the details so we could work out who would follow up.
And there was a problem?
She was supposed to return from Mortimer's 1 week ago. The boat turned up at Plymouth, but alas, no trace of my sister. Instead, a sailor passed me a message from home, notifying me of her sudden disappearance.
So, my mother and your sister go missing just a few days apart. That's strange. Maybe their disappearances are linked.
It's clearly a possibility, but up to now I haven't found a trace of either of them.
None of this is very reassuring.
By the way, Louis, now that you are in on the secret, you are obliged to keep it to yourself. Or you will pay very dearly.
Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me.
It's time to leave.
So, what do you think of our first adventure?
I must admit, it has been fun by your side.
Same here.
Oh, she's been drinking too much again.
Louis, I need to talk to you right now.
Good evening, Elizabeth. Actually, this is not a good time.
I'm begging you, please don't leave me alone.
I'll be waiting for you in your room, but don't be late.
I was sure there was a certain je ne sais quoi between us.
Louis, we need to talk now. Otherwise it'll be too late.
Looks like Elizabeth really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure Emily won't wait for me. What should I do? Sorry, Emily, but I can't leave Elizabeth like this.
All right, Elizabeth. How can I help?
Thank you. Come on, follow me. I really need to talk to you, Louis, right now.
Does Lord Mortimer know the mess you've made of your room?
Listen to me, damn it! My days are numbered.
Elizabeth, I don't know if it's about my mother again, but I'm telling you, you've nothing to be afraid of. She didn't come here for you.
I saw her.
Saw who? You saw my mother? When?
Just last night. I went out to walk along the cliff top and I saw her in the distance. She tried to hide right away, but I'm sure it was her.
Are you saying you recognized my mother in the middle of the night while she was hiding?
Yes, Louis. I know it was her.
You just said she was far away, right? In the middle of the night. And the exterior of the island isn't exactly well lit.
Listen, I'm telling you, it was her.
Did you talk to each other?
No, she was far away. I didn't make any noise, and then she was gone.
Have you told anyone you've seen her? Sir Holm? Mortimer?
You don't understand. It's her. She's here.
Yes, I understand.
No, you're not listening. The moment I saw her, I was overcome by spasms. She's here. I'm telling you, it was her. Yes, I need something to calm me down.
No thanks, I'd better not.
Listen, if you want me to tell you everything, you have to drink with me, Louis. What I have to say to you is of the utmost importance.
Это же плохо заканчивается всегда абсолютно, да?
No, I won't drink.
All right, Louis, then get the hell out of here. You're incapable of opening your eyes, so be it. Get out!
Вот так-то никакой этикет тебе не помог, мужик.
Why the hell did I go with Elizabeth? I could have spent the night with Emily, but no. I had to go play the night with a big heart.
Это еще опаснее.
Never mind.
Tomorrow's
another day.
Это нормально. Это абсолютно нормально. С женщинами на этом острове еще опаснее, чем с мужчинами, мне кажется. Не то место, чтобы фривольничать.
Monsieur de Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
What the hell's going on?
You are in deep trouble, my young friend.
Вот. Ну вот так-то. Вот так-то. Ну, не так плохо на самом деле. Да. Ну, эпизод 3 часа стандартный примерно. 2,5. Это я еще упускал, вот как вы говорите. Женщин. Всего 5 эпизодов. Это первый. Второй скачан уже. Это нормально. Дизлайкать это хорошо. Я не против. Дизлайки надо ставить. Ладно, спасибо за внимание. Пойду.